So you want to go full time in your coaching business, and you've been doing all the things. You've been showing up, you've been posting, you've been selling your offer. However, there's a little hesitation there when you're showing up to sell. When you're showing up and you're marketing your business, it's like you don't truly really want to sell the offer that you have. And because you've overstuffed this offer, because you thought you had to add all the bells and all the whistles and have all of these deliverables attached to your offer because you think that's the only way it's going to sell, subconsciously, yeah, you want to make your income go so you can transition into coaching full time. However, subconsciously, you're like, I don't know if I really want to commit to the deliverables that I've attached to this offer. So because you're not fully in love with your offer, you are subconsciously repelling the people that you're actually calling in, right? The people that you want to call in, you're actually repelling them because they feel your hesitation. They don't know what it is. They can't really put their finger on it. But because you subconsciously are not in love with your offer, it's literally repelling the very people. Like they can feel that hesitation. They feel that energy and they're like, okay, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about her offer and the way she markets it, but there's something off there. They feel it. They feel it. And so on today's episode of the Daily Dose with yours truly, we're going to be talking about why you're really sabotaging sales in your coaching business. And we touched on it, but I really want to dive deep into why this is happening for you. And I'm going to be giving you 3 points on how to actually resolve this issue. Okay. And so for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Janel Ranée. I am your faithologist. I'm a certified life and business mindset coach, and I help you to go full time in your coaching business without chasing clients, without self-sabotaging, or without sacrificing time with your family. Okay. And this episode of the Daily Dose is divine overflow of spirit-led empowerment. That is the acronym for Daily Dose. So every morning I just sit with the Lord and just ask him, like, what does he want me to share? And so whatever he puts on my heart to share, that's what we talk about. Okay. And so this is what we're going to be talking about today. And so let's jump into it. The first reason why you're finding that you're not selling your offer is because you don't have peace with it. All right. It wasn't built from a place of peace, right? So your offer is draining you. And so I want you to think of yourself like a balloon, right? Imagine a balloon. And so imagine the balloon, it's like you're blowing it, the air's filling up, and then like literally it's so huge that one more blow, the balloon is going to explode. It's going to pop. And I want you to think of yourself like that. When you are building from a place that is not, when you have an offer that does not bring you peace, it's an offer that actually drains you. And so you'll subconsciously resist selling it because you are not fully aligned with it, right? You want an offer that's going to bring you peace. And this is exactly what I do inside of my business by Belief Accelerator. That's the first step. We literally create a signature offer that brings your clients transformation as well as bring you tranquility in your life. You do not want to have an offer that is literally going to burden you, right? You don't want it to break your peace, all right? And so that is literally the first thing. You want to make sure that your offer brings you peace. And also, if you want, you can literally, let me actually pull this up really quickly. If you comment the word offer, you're going to get instant access to the Craft Your Signature Offer workshop. Okay. And this workshop is literally the first step. Like, I'll just break down everything that you need to know about crafting your signature offer right in this workshop. Okay. And so you can go ahead and dive into that. All right. So the second thing you want to make sure when you're building out your signature offer, you want to make sure so that it's not draining you, so that you're not subconsciously self-sabotaging and sacrificing like sales. You want to make sure that it's aligned with your purpose. So not only do you want to make sure your offer brings you peace, you want to make sure that it's something that's actually in alignment with your God-given purpose. And so inside of my workshop, I help you to not only like build an offer, we use my treasure trial framework which is how I help you to make sure that it's actually aligned with your purpose work, right? So there's a trial that you've actually been able to triumph over, and then we just reverse engineer and take the steps out of that trial. What is something that you've been able to overcome that you can now help others overcome, right? What is your passions? What is your proficiency? So we line all of those things up so that we can make sure that your offer is actually birthed from purpose. Something painful you might have gone through, a painful lesson you've learned that you've been able to overcome. Now we're going to birth purpose through that pain, right? We're going to align it with your passions, with your proficiencies, and allow you to be able to serve other clients with it. And it's something that's actually within your God-given purpose. It's something that you've actually lived. It's your own life experiences. And when you align your offer with your purpose work, it's like there is a level of conviction that you show up with when you're marketing, when you're showing up to talk about your offer, because you've lived it and your framework is something that you've actually lived through, you've gone through, you've overcome. Now there's a level of certainty when you're showing up, and certainty and belief is what really is sales is really just a transfer of belief. When you are convicted in your offer enough and you show up and you're marketing your offer, people feel that. They feel that energy. So no longer will you be sabotaging your sales by subconsciously not loving your offer, because it's something that that will bring transformation to people's lives. It's like you have to show up. You got to market it. It's almost like the cure for cancer. Like you got to tell everyone about it because you know what transformation it'll bring to their lives. And so you don't want to overstuff your offers so that you're lacking peace. And you want to make sure that your offer is something that you've actually gone through. It's something that you're connected with, right? You want to make sure it's something that you can really just speak boldly about with confidence, because it's the confidence that's going to lead to the conversions. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on. So you want to make sure you have peace with your offer. You want to make sure your offer is within your purpose. And then last but not least, you want to make sure that it's bringing you profitability, right? You want to make sure it's something that you can actually profit from. You don't want to lowball yourself. And this is also a reason why you subconsciously self-sabotage your sales, because you're you probably want to charge $5,000 for your offer, but you're charging $1,000, right? And so because you're bargaining yourself, you're lowballing yourself, you don't want to truly show up, right? You have money blocks there. Maybe you go to tell the price on a sales call, and then midway through the call, before your prospect or lead even objects to the price, you're instead of saying 5,000, you're saying 1,000, right? Or instead of saying 2,000, you're saying 500. So you're not being compensated enough for your services. And so that's another reason why, this is why in the Business by Belief Accelerator, I help my clients to really not only to develop their offer, develop their magnetic messaging through story selling formula, and not only create a simplified sales funnel so that sales are consistent. We also, as a registered nurse, I'm able to really be able to identify the nervous system blocks that you are experiencing within your business. And these are often a result of subconscious blocks. They're subconscious belief blocks. There are belief systems that you live through and pretty much see the world in, your lens of the world is through your own belief systems. And so with my clients, I work deeply with them to really get to the roots, to uproot any subconscious belief blocks, money blocks, visibility blocks, any fears or belief blocks around success. These are the things that we do a deep dive in, because you have to get to the roots. Otherwise, you'll never get to the next level in your business, right? So you want to make 10K months, but you're operating from a belief system that thinks you're only worth $3,000 a month, right? So it's so important to get to the root and uproot those money blocks and money beliefs that are not serving you in your business, because they will sabotage you. And so you want to make sure you're profiting from your services. You want to make sure that you are well compensated for the transformation you're giving to your client. All right. And so you want to make sure that you are creating an offer that is premium and that it's scalable with you. As you grow in your business, you can also grow and scale your business. And you want to make sure that this offer is also bringing long-term transformation to your clients as well, so that you can provide that premium pricing as well. And so you don't want to do this by overstuffing or overstuffing your offer with a bunch of deliverables, or like to lead to burnout. That is not what you want. Okay. So you want to make sure your offer, just to recap, brings you peace, is aligned with your purpose, and is profitable. Okay. And so you can go ahead and just comment belief if you want to apply for the Business by Belief Accelerator. This is my 6-month coaching container where I help you to build out your signature offer, develop your magnetic messaging through my story selling formula, and simplify your sales funnel. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is to simplify your sales funnel. You want to make sure it is seamless and as simplified as possible, because simplicity scales and complexity fails. If your business is scattered and you're all over the place and you have all these ideas, I help you to just narrow down on one, create a simple top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel, simplified sales flow, so that your sales come in consistently with 4-figure clients, right? And so this is the work that I help my clients to do, not only building out a well-oiled business, a coaching business, but also healing your body, as healing your nervous system and your broken belief systems as you build your business. So as a nurse, I'm able to bring my gift of healing and my nursing skills into my career of coaching. And so this is why I love to do what I do. And just Business by Belief Accelerator is just mind-blowing. There's nothing like it at all. And so that's what I have for you. I pray that this has been a blessing to you. I pray that you can really see the importance of building from a place of peace and purpose and profitability if you want to truly scale your coaching business and to stop sabotaging yourself. All right. And so let me know if you have any questions at all in the chat. You can check the description for the links, or just comment belief or comment offer. And I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here, and I'll see you in the next one. But before I go, I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God. The next step. I'll see you tomorrow.